This is a rather historic matchup, to say the least, because whether or not it's in real life, whether or not it's in this reality, this is the first time the Sabres have made the conference finals since 2007, where they lost to the Senators in 5 games. And since that time, whether it's in this game or in reality, the Sabres have only made the playoffs twice since then. Both times, quarterfinal losses. But here we are. Here we are. This team has fought. They have battled. 2 Game 7 overtime wins to get to this stage. And now Ottawa and Buffalo have one more showdown. The winner goes to the Stanley Cup final. Looking at how they got here, victories over New Jersey and the New York Islanders. So they got to hang around the New York area. We got to hang around Florida. But we do indeed have home ice advantage for this particular matchup. On the other side, it is Chicago and Edmonton. Chicago and Edmonton on the other side. This hat's staying on, goddammit. So with that, let's take a look at the team. Keen eyes would have already seen some of their players. Franchise mode in 2014 being better than 2024 is crazy. Snuffed, it's sad. It's disappointing, and it's horrifying. Hello, by the way. Ignore the dumb hat. We have stupid, stupid memes on this channel that I can't even begin to explain. I can't. With that, the Ottawa Senators.
I'm just trying to walk through this.
Thank you for the follow, by the way. Line up like this, their top line. Nikita Filatov, Jason Spezza, and Nathan Horton. Corey Conacher, Mika Zibanejad, and Milan Mahalik. Stefan Nason, some dude named Bowles, and Jakob Silverberg. And the fourth line, Colin Greening, a dude named Wes Garth, and I presume Pierre-Marc Bouchard. Their defense. Cody Ceci and Eric Carlson, Jared Cowan and Aaron Ekblad, Cody Franzen, and Eric Greiba. Their goaltender, Robin Leonard. No easy matchups in the Eastern Conference this season. We were well aware that was the set of scenarios we were walking into. And indeed, here we are. Here we are. I want to take a look at those point totals for Ottawa, led particularly by Jason Spezza and Eric frickin' Carlson, Horton, Filatov, Conacher, Ceci even. They have 2 defenders that have more points. Like, Ceci has more points, I'm pretty sure, than all of my defensemen combined. A 191 goals against average with a 934 save percentage and 2 shutouts for Robin Leonard. We are 4 wins away, perhaps, from a Stanley Cup Finals appearance. We technically are better than them on paper. Not by much, but technically. Conacher for Bishop was a wild trade. Wild, especially in that it really didn't pan out for Ottawa. Corey Conacher got there, and that magical ride he had was over fast. Hamburglar-esque, dare I say. Just in terms of how it didn't last. Of course, now we know that Andrew Hammond was hurt for a lot of it, but, you know, what are you going to do? All right. Game number 1. Let's do it. Are we going to the Stanley Cup final? Or will the Sens cause more heartbreak in Buffalo? First period, 1-0 Sabres, Leon Draisaitl. Second period, Milan Mahalik is able to tie the game. This could be a defensive battle. This could be an offensive battle. The goaltending duel. I mean, no great way to predict it. We're down 2-1. It is the third straight Game 1 loss, as Nathan Horton's empty netter ends up being the difference maker thanks to a very late goal by Ty Bailey. That is indeed the third straight time we have started off the series by taking the L. Bryant Ryan, first star in a loss again. That's just what he does. He is the backbone of this team. It's why we drafted him when we did. But that is a pretty tough loss. Now, if I am not mistaken, what hasn't happened so far is us losing the first 2 games of a series. So now's a perfect time to jinx it. It is the second game, first period, 1-0 Sabres. Leon Draisaitl. This is eerily familiar. Second period, Alexander Ovechkin on the power play. We're up by 2. We got the insurance goal that we couldn't find before. Thank you, Taz. It is a very nice hat. It is a very, very nice hat. As Corey Conacher scored the second I took the hat off. Connor McDavid gets it back the second we put the hat on. Halfway through the third, we're up 3-1. All hail the hat. The come and go branded hat. Ekblad scores. And we survive. The streak continues of us winning game 2s as Connor McDavid's goal holds up as the winner. 3-2 the final score. Draisaitl, Ovechkin, and McDavid. Big games for the Oilers combination. You have to wear the hat at the wedding for good luck. I sure do. Game 3 coming up. These series have all been so similar. As our AHL team, the Rochester Americans, are going to play the Milwaukee Admirals, I believe. Yeah, in the conference final. So, game number 3, not making any changes. Let's see what we can do. First period, 1-0 Sens. Colin Greening with the goal. Second period, 2-1 Sabres. 2 goals for Alexander Ovechkin. Let's go. What are the odds future wife checks your bags to make sure the hat doesn't go? I mean, I could wear this at the reception and not get bitched at. It'd be funny. It'd be funny. But will I? That's the question. We go to the third, up by 1. Is it going to be more of a Florida or more of a Tampa? Milan Mahalik ties it from the Rask spot for all you longtime viewers. We're halfway through the third. Down to the wire. We only jump in during elimination games or Stanley Cup games. It is overtime and the Sens win it. Nikita Filatov gives Ottawa a 2-1 series lead. Fuck. Not great. We just could not find that insurance goal after the 2 goals from Ovi. Damn. And yeah, I think after losing 2 out of 3, we'll be looking at a change in line combinations here. And we probably will go back to the old reliable of best lines. With the exception of swapping Bailey for Steen. Let's go back to old reliable. This is a hugely important game 4. Because right now we could be on track to have this series end in a similar fashion as it did back in 2007. It is the first period. It is 1-0 Buffalo. For the third time out of 4 games in this series, the first period sees a lone goal, and it's Leon Draisaitl's. Second period. It holds. We go to the third. It goes to the third. Shout out to Nanners being like, hey, I'm going to go to the NHL 14 directory and be like, dog, let's play. I'll beat you. That's some determination right there. Well done. Barbashev gets a goal back. The best lines meta continues to be on point. Alex Steen's empty net goal seals the deal. A 26 save shutout for our netminder. Accidentally hit the button there. That needs to become a copy pasta at this point, just like show abs. This series is tied at 2 apiece. We go back home for game 5. I'm not changing anything about the lines. Let's see what happens. Who will have a chance to end the series in game 6? First period, 1-0 Sabres. Alexander Ovechkin gets the goal. Second, from the Ovi spot, no less. Second period, goal apiece, Alexander Ovechkin and Erik Karlsson. We are up by 1 heading into the third. Game 5, a 2-2 series, the Eastern Conference Finals. 4 minutes to go. The Buffalo Sabres are 1 win away from going to the Cup final for the first time since there was a foot in the crease. One win away. Will there be a third game 7? Or will we end it? Oilers and Hawks also going to game 6. Here it is. First period. Goalless. Second period. Goalless. These never go well for us. Ever. Here we go. Cody Franzen 1-0 sends. Alex Ovechkin on the power play. We're tied. Leon Draisaitl. The Buffalo Sabres. Did we celebrate too early? $36 seconds. 36 seconds. 36 seconds. We're so close, yet so far. Can we get it done? Can we get it done in Ottawa?
Into the final minutes of this third period, that last goal has made this a game.
36 seconds. Jared Cowan as they pull the goalie. Leonard to the bench. Cowan held up. Bulls. Ekblad. Good save. Steen kicks it out to Ty Bailey. Bailey just misses. Sent around, 12 seconds. Cowan has trouble. Turns it over. Bailey scores! The Buffalo Sabres are going to the Stanley Cup final. It'll be either Edmonton or Chicago. His 5th of the playoffs. Jared Cowan with a grenade. And the Sabres are going to get it done. Unreal. No game 7 in the conference final. I'll play on True Broadcast for a minute. Why not?
The Senators win the faceoff on that neutral zone draw. Wrist shot on.
Good save. A clear. We're going to the conference final.
Buffalo's victory means they will advance
4 wins away from my dream of raising the cup in these jerseys. Put on the Sabres jersey. I have to now, don't I? I have to now.
Yep, Gary, I know what it's like to feel like both of these teams feel right now. One team
gotta be done.
is not going to get to play for the Stanley Cup.
Gotta be done. Of course, this jersey is not in the game, but that is like, I can't take the hat off. Fuck. Connor McDavid turns down the trophy. Okay, I literally have to take off the. Okay, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, but I do think I have a way. I think I do. As we are going to the Stanley Cup Finals. So what I'm gonna have to do is unplug my headset, which currently has spare wire wrapped around. So I gotta unplug the headset. Then we gotta put the jersey on. Let's find out who we're playing, by the way. Will it be Chicago? Or will it be Edmonton? Not, you mean Cup Final? Probably, who knows? It had to be a Sabres team with Connor McDavid running into the Edmonton Oilers in the Stanley Cup Final. It writes itself, doesn't it? It really does. Let's see if I can manage this stupidity really quickly. It's a Darlene, by the way, for anybody who did not know. So, will it fit over the hat? No! It almost fell. I caught it. It's still touching my hair. That counts. That counts. It never stopped touching my head. It counts. The hat was never off. It is always in contact. The hat goes nowhere. Okay, now, if I do this, and then we bring it through, it doesn't really want to go through. Oh, God, I don't want to stretch out the jersey, but... Well, this is me now. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, let's get the hat through. Let's get the headset through. I am not gonna be able. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let's do this. Hat's still on. Pull a headphone through there. Okay, this is just my life right now. So, but the hat's still on. Hold on. So if the hat is touching my head, right? The hat's touching my head still. Hold on. Let's. Can I just do one of these? There we go. Pull the wire through. Hat's still on my head. We're fine. I don't know how I'm going to get the headset back on, but we're fine. Okay. 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 Anyway. I got to figure out the headset. As long as the hat's touching my head. Right? So we get that on. It's touching the back of my head. Still touching my head. It's never not left my head. Okay. That was a process, but we made it. We did it. We made it. We did it. Okay. So, let's make sure this jersey's on properly so I'm not bending numbers or anything. Woo. Okay. We did it. We did it. We did it. You love to see it. Sitting down gymnastics. Sure. Anyway. Here we go. So. Well, this made it to the Cup Final. This game sucks. It will be the Edmonton Oilers in the Stanley Cup Final. And we're going to play it right now. I could cliffhanger. I don't think I'm going to. I think we're just going to go for it. That's the way. That is the way. We pretty much know who Edmonton made it through on the way here. Our team is what it is. Let's take a look at the Oilers. Let's take a look. For their forwards, Taylor Hall, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Jordan Eberle. Some dude named Gustafsson, Sam Gagne, and Nail Yakupov. Magnus Pyarvi, Alex Savoy, Laval, whatever. We traded him away this year, along with Jace Howardluck. Teemu Hartikainen's there as well. Some dude named Thorburn and Damian Brunner. The defense, Marty Marincin and I believe Justin Schultz. Yeah, he's an OFD. So Darnell Nurse and Jeff Petrie, Lottie Schmid, and Tim Erickson. The goaltender, Devin Dubnyk. I'm going to go with Dubnyk as opposed to Dubnyk because I don't want to see him get the Dubnyk. That is the situation. We have made it so far out of absolutely nowhere when this team was looking like they were dead in the water. And now we are 4 wins away. Look at that GM rep going up. We can up the Pro Scout. You love to see it. And in terms of the ratings here, we're even. We're dead even. A 500 team made it to the finals from the West. They're the St. Louis Blues of the era, you know? It's fine. All right. Here we go. This is it. This is the time. Game number 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Oilers and Sabres. First period, 1-1. Nugent Hopkins and Derek Dorset. All right. One of those things is not like the other. Second period, goal apiece. Mike Green finally gets on the board. And now Yakupov. We go to the third. We haven't seen too many games play out like this typically in this postseason run. A goal for Nicholas Backstrom. Another goal for Ivan Barbashev. 8 minutes left. The Buffalo Sabres take game 1. Ty Bailey with another empty netter. This is the first time that we've won game 1 in a series. Is that a bad sign? Is that a bad sign? I'd like to think it's not, but it could be. Game number 2. First period. Goalless. Shots are pretty close, too. Second period. These games never go well for us. They never do. Third period. We need that next goal so badly or it's over. Dude, if they win game 2, it feels like we're going to be on the opposite side of the script. This isn't good, is it? Us winning game 1 was a bad thing. Our first ever win in game 1 is followed up by our first ever loss in game 2. Jordan Eberle scores the lone goal of the game. This might not go well. Game 3, no line changes for now. 1-1 series, it's a best of 5 from here. First period, 1-0 Sabres. Who else would it be but Barbashev? Second period, Backstrom and Ty Bailey heating up at the perfect time. We're up by 3, heading into the third. Edmonton gets 1. Taylor Hall on the power play. Come on. Hold. Oh my. It was close. But Buffalo wins 3-2. Your final score, Hall and Schmid. It was not enough. 2 wins away for the Sabres. 2 away. Game number 4 in Edmonton. No lineup changes. First period, goalless. We don't like to see that. Second period, goal apiece. Safronov and the former Sabre earlier this year, Jace Howerluck. We go to the third. We need this next goal. We need this next goal so badly. It's likely to be the winner at this stage. Power play for the Sabres. Emil Walser. Is that enough? The Buffalo Sabres are 1 win away. One more win. Game 5. Home ice. Is this it? Is NHL 14 about to end for us on a Dan high note? First period, goalless. We more than doubled them up in shots, too. Second period, McAllister, 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Can it happen? Can it happen? Emil Walser! It's 2! Oh my God. The craziest turnaround this side of the St. Louis Blues. From 500 and mid as all hell to surviving 2 Game 7s. And now, seconds away from perhaps raising the Stanley Cup on home ice. 52 seconds left. A 2-0 lead. And all it took was the Washington Capitals saying, you know what? Let's move on from Alex Ovechkin. Emil Walser can't force the pass through. Nugent Hopkins bides his time, throws one on, stopped. Mike Green circles through. 30 seconds to go. Green to Krejci. Krejci ends it. The Buffalo Sabres are gonna win the Stanley Cup.
Looked like he had an idea of what he wanted to do as soon as he got it, Gary. Try for that long shot, and he nailed it.
Unbelievable. They gave you Ovi for the 32nd pick, Pavelski, and I think it was like 2 seconds. Alexander Ovechkin and the Buffalo Sabres are going to win the Stanley Cup with 19-year-old or 20-year-old goaltender Bryant Ryan. Let's not overlook that. Bryant Ryan turned this team around fast.
Plus minus list. This guy will do whatever it takes to keep the puck out.
The 2021 Stanley Cup champions, the Buffalo Sabres.
This game is over. They have won the Stanley Cup.
In 5 games, baby.
Race is over, and there they are. Those are the
We're moving on.
the Stanley Cup.
And they will be engraved, immortalized.
Woo!
They can ever take away from you. Congratulations, these guys.
We're moving on. Revenge for 99.
After all the effort, both these teams
The worst jerseys to ever raise the cup.
About the respect that these guys have for one another. I mean, they earn the respect.
You'll love to see it. Your Conn Smythe winner. Oh my. Who else would it be? 20-year-old Bryant Ryan.
We knew that.
and there's
And here comes the captain,
presentation.
Well, Gary, the captain gets to hold
Connor
first, but he will
McDavid.
soon.
Raises the cup. I forgot to switch the thing so we get to see the full animation.
Sports, we
Fuck.
wish you a pleasant adieu.
It doesn't matter. It's the same celebration, and it will be for a few more years. We don't get the team picture, the same 3 dudes skating around the ice. It is what it is. I knew I was going to forget something in the heat of the moment. It's fucking stupid that it cuts off the celebration if you're not selected on either side. But it happened. It happened. It happened. I did not expect tonight to be the night, but it was. And a Stanley Cup championship is here for the Buffalo Sabres. I can't wait to see where my and yes, I had to play the Deke Slayer intro theme for this. I can't wait to see number one, what our GM rep is at. Secondly, if Ovi retires. But the Sabres get it done. It looks like the Norfolk Admirals probably won the cup. Craziness. Craziness, craziness. Led by the man himself. Speaking of the man himself, Coco, you handsome devil. We just won a Stanley Cup on NHL 14. It was a beautiful thing. How'd the stream go? I hope you were doing well, my friend. It is good to see you. As we get a look here at these final numbers for these guys. A cup in Buffalo, no less. David Krejci with the 10 points. Bailey heated up down the stretch. Connor McDavid, our captain. That's how you not waste. Yeah. Take that, Ken Holland. Look at Ivan Barbashev. Any other year, he would have won the Calder. The Calder? The Conn Smythe. He should have won the Calder, too, for that matter. But not this year. Shout out to our lone right wing, Derek Dorsett. And by the end of it, Emil Walser heated up down the stretch. But in goal, Bryant Ryan, 20 years old, the number 1 overall pick of 2019. And at with a 1.8 goals against average, a 942 save percentage, and 3 shutouts at 20 years old. Eat your heart out, Matt Murray. He is a Conn Smythe winner. And we have a Stanley Cup championship to our name. Insanity. I did not expect it to happen tonight, that is for sure. But tonight was the night. Walser only got 1 penalty since you called him out. Gotta go full torch sometimes, you know? Gotta call people out sometimes. The magic of the hat, dare I say. There it is. A Stanley Cup championship for Bryant Ryan and the Buffalo Sabres. Oh boy, that is text-worthy to architect. Our good friend, Mr. I Am the Architect. I did it for you, buddy. I did it for you. Screenshot it. Never forget it. The Buffalo Sabres, Stanley Cup champions. We will take a look at the awards. That looks good, though. 2021 Stanley Cup champs. The Art Ross Trophy went to Reed Boucher. The Hart to Jonathan Drouin. The Norris to Dmitry Kulikov. We went through both of them. We didn't go through the Devils, but we went through both those guys in the playoffs. The Calder. It wasn't Barbashev, but it is Bryant Ryan. Eat your heart out, Matt Murray. Calder and a Conn Smythe in the same year. Unbelievable. The Vezina went to Dustin Tokarski, which is hilarious. My God. The Selke to Jonathan Taves for the 4th year in a row. Tokarski won the Ted Lindsay. Rocket Richard to Drouin. And the AHL, the Milwaukee Admirals won it. Led by, let's see, Martin Ferk with the most points in the league. He was also league MVP. Scored the most goals. And was the top rookie as well. Top defenseman, Josh Morrissey, St. John. Top goaltender, Andrei Mironov for our Rochester Amherst. And the MVP of the playoffs was Jeremy Smith, I believe, his 2nd time winning that particular award. So, a Stanley Cup for the Sabres. We went all in, and it worked. How sweet it is to go all in and actually have it work out. Because so often, you go all in, and it does not go well, to say the least. But not this year. This was our time. Again. The prospects game is there. We're not really worried about the draft. I'm intrigued to know how good of prospects are out there, of course, but does Ovechkin retire? Not a single player on the team retired. Roland McCown retired early, though. Not a single player on the team retired. The boys are willing to run it back. That's insane. And again, we don't have a first pick, so I mean, it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Jimmy Howard got traded. The Leafs are calling Alex Steen and a 3rd for a 1st next year. I mean, Jesus Christ, that'd be a no-brainer. That would be a no-brainer. That's hilarious. Boston's calling Lyon and Hilbert for 2/3. I don't even think Hilbert was that good, was he? He's not. I'm not even trying in this draft, and people are still handing me draft picks. This is amazing. We do have 2 second-round picks, though. Just to see. I was going to say if there's anybody amazing we could get at this stage of the draft. Just because I'm intrigued. Steen got a cup and then instantly got... Yeah, basically. Goodness. Probably just take Tyson DeMaio. Looks to be the best of the bunch. Looks to be. Also for the 3rd round, 2 greens. And a guarantee in Steve Pokulak. There we go. Another goalie. Steve Pokulak. Ridiculous. Nashville calling. Joey Heishin for a 2nd and a 4th. We just totally cash out on all the dudes who helped us get a cup, and then we recoup a crap load of draft picks for the future. This is beautiful. We are playing the league like a fiddle at this stage. It's amazing. Steve Fallon and Saint-Denis for a 3rd. That's a yes, too. Just keep getting rid of dudes that we do not need. I want to know if we ended up with any particular steals or anything like that, though. So I am going to go through this. And I would watch the banner raising, but at the same time, we know it'll take 6 goddamn years to sim there. And we have seen the banner raising from NHL 12. It's the same thing in this one, so I won't waste too much time. Let's go for Nelson Gore, the man beast. I can't believe this team won, though. And clearly, 2 seconds for Granlund, fine by me. Clearly, I think we would still be in a position to win again. I feel like that's fairly obvious. What game do we get to? A game with my custom rosters? NHL 16. My rosters are still there on NHL 16. So. Take Drew Shepherd. Why not? Will you use them? I'll probably use EAs, but I do think what we'll do with those older games is I will make individual videos saying, hey, I'm going to go back in time and look through my custom rosters at the time, and let's see what's aged horribly, right? Because we always go through EA's rosters, and I'm always like, well, here's what aged horribly. So I'm willing to be like, well, I got this wrong. And then I'm also willing to say, hey, I got this shit fucking right, when EA got it drastically wrong. You know? I'm willing to do that. Nikita Gusev. Hey, Nikita Gusev had a good year, okay? There's not... yeah, I'm going to trade Brian... Oh, fuck you, Brian Ryan for Patrice Bergeron. Nikita Gusev, that's a thing, right? We'll have to talk about what qualifies as a miss. Zane McIntyre will qualify as a miss. I don't know if Nikita Gusev will qualify as a miss, because he was at least half decent for a time. So, but with that, we know what the situation would be with the team. We're showing up right now with $23 million in available cap. We finally hit that point where we have a championship level team, and it looks like we'd be able to keep them there as well. Especially, I mean, Ryan's sticking around at an 86. Mironov's up to a 78, so he's good enough to be the backup. We didn't end up with like a crazy goalie prospect or anything like that out of that last draft. And to be honest, if we were to continue this, I would have probably traded for a first-round pick at the draft. But Valeri Nazarov, he's up to a 77 at 20 years old. Ortmeyer totally stalled out. Do we have anybody else with a super good potential? Not really, but we do still have a mostly young defense. And then right wing side, I mean, we didn't end up with anything. Left wing side, Safronov still looking good. Ovi's still looking good. Von Barbashev, unbelievable, huh? Unbelievable. And yeah, Backstrom would be a free agent. Krejci. We might honestly end up being due for taking a step back with all the guys that have expiring deals, right? So, with that, NHL 14 in the books. And it sets the stage for one of these two, maybe both. But which one, chat, will get top priority? You'll have to find out tomorrow. Yeah.